Okay, this is good. So I'm glad to see everyone. Glad you could all make it. Yeah, so it's been hectic around here, and it's been hectic in all over the country, I guess. So I'd like everyone to take a deep breath in, get comfortable, big deep inhale, and then open the mouth and sigh it out. And another inhale and release, let it go. Oh, good. And noticing all the parts of the body in contact with the mat. Just notice if you're lying down, the heels of the feet, backs of the legs, the hips, the shoulder blades, the back of the head, arms, hands. Just notice. Focusing the mind to settle the mind, just letting go of all the concerns and worries of the day. Notice the breath. And opening the eyes, bring the shoulders or come up to a seated posture and bring the shoulders over the hips, but not rigid. We'll go through a couple of rounds of three-part breaths. So as you inhale, and I'll count for you, but don't let me run you out of breath. So you can do this with your breath. But as you inhale, take the inhale into the belly and then move it into the middle chest and into the upper chest. So exhale here and then inhale into the belly, the middle chest, the upper chest. Exhaling through the nose, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Inhale into the belly, the middle chest, upper chest. Feel the body expand front to back and side to side. Exhaling, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. And one more round. Inhale into the belly, the middle chest, upper chest. And exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Good, all right. So just move gently. Move the head, the neck. Relax the face, relax the jaw. Good, and one more deep breath in. And let it go. Right. So I'm going to move back to the mat. Coming down with my block. And today I'm going to come into a cross-legged seat. You can do the cross-legged seat, or you can come into hero with the knees forward, resting back on the heels or the block. And if you're in the cross-legged seat, always remember that it's good if you can lift your bottom up high enough that the knees are at the same height as the tops of the hip bones here, or maybe even a little bit lower. But if your knees are up here, then your low back is rounded. And we want to keep that lower spine nice and straight and long. So lift up tall and bring the hands to the thighs. Bring the chin in. The top of the head reaches up toward the ceiling. Yeah. Bring the hands out to the side with the fingertips down on the floor. And turn the palms to the ceiling. Inhale, the hands up. Let the gaze drift up. And now turn the palms out and exhale down. Inhaling, hands come up. Exhaling, release down. Ujjayi breath. Inhaling, bring the hands up, bring the palms together. And gently stretch those fingertips up toward the ceiling. And then take the gaze straight ahead and draw the arms back by the ears. Ooh, this is a challenge for me. I have strong shoulders, but they're not that flexible. Now turn the palms out and exhale. Yes, all right. Bring the shoulders up to the ears and then take the shoulders back and down. Gently move the head, keep the neck relaxed, keep the jaw released, and let the shoulders go. Inhaling, bring the shoulders up, and then draw them back and let them come down. And one more time, lifting the shoulders, and the shoulders come back and down. Good. Hold the shoulders back, squeezing the shoulder blades toward the center. Don't forget to breathe. And release the shoulders. Good. All right. So inhaling up here, take the heart forward and down, coming forward, and then release the head down toward the mat. And as you inhale, gently round back up, drawing the shoulders back, pressing the heart toward the top of the mat. Exhale, come forward, and then release the head down. And inhaling, lifting back up. And one more time, exhaling forward and releasing down. And inhaling up. Good. Turn the heart toward the right leg. Let the shoulders release and then fold over the right leg. And then lengthen through the spine to come up and come to center. And now turn toward the left leg and just gently come forward over the left leg. In our warm-up, we're really easy, smooth, and gentle breathing. And inhaling, come back up. So let's do some circles here. So take the heart forward and then bring the body out to the right. And now round back, hands cup the knees, chin toward the chest, and then take the body to the left and forward, adding the breath, exhaling as you round back. Inhaling as you come forward and exhaling and inhaling. And the next time you're at the back, go ahead and take it the other direction, to the right and forward, lifting through the head as you come forward and dipping the chest or dipping the chin as you come back. Good. And getting just a bit of rumbling in my low back here, which is a good thing. Letting everything, those vertebrae get stacked up where they belong. And the next time you come to the back, just round back, chin to chest, release the arms, just relax here. Deep, long exhale. And on your next inhale, just come up to that upright seat. Take the gaze up to the ceiling. Pressing the heart forward, shoulders back, exhaling, chin toward the chest, rounding back, release. Just let it all go. And inhaling, coming forward, coming up, getting tall, lifting the gaze. One more time, exhaling back, exhaling. And inhaling, lifting, taking the gaze to the ceiling. Good. And back to that upright seat. Good. All right. So bring the left hand across to the outside of that right thigh. Bring the right hand behind. Get tall. Stay in the center of the mat. And as you exhale, spiral to the right. Gazing over the right shoulder toward the back of the mat. Inhaling. Come to center. Take the right hand across. Left hand behind. Lifting, releasing the shoulders. Exhaling left. Inhaling, come to center. And one more time, that twist to the right. And the option would be to extend the right arm. If that hurts your shoulder, then don't do it. Inhaling, come to the center. And that twist to the left, extending if you choose. No pain. And exhale, come to center. Take a breath in. And let it go. So bring the hands out to the side, fingertips down again, and inhaling, lift the hands up to the ceiling. Let the gaze drift up also. Hands come together, but only if it doesn't hurt you or feel very uncomfortable. Sweet discomfort. Now exhale and bring the right hand down and slide out that hand out to the right, reaching up and out through the left fingertips. Gaze is up toward the ceiling. And now turn the gaze down toward that right hand down on the floor, keeping the left shoulder back. And let the gaze drift back up toward the ceiling. And bring the right hand up as you inhale, gazing up. Exhaling, bring the left hand down and slide it out, arcing left, pressing down through the right sits bone, reaching up and out. And turn the gaze down toward the left hand on the floor, keeping the right shoulder back. Good. And let the gaze come back up toward the ceiling. Bring the right hand back up and release down. Good. All right. So bicycle the shoulders. Just take one shoulder forward, the other back. Keep the neck relaxed. And the face is always soft. Except when we do a lion face, which we have not done in ages. And the other way on the bicycling. So let's just do lion face while we're sitting here. So in our upright seat, lion face, no one's watching. I'm not watching you, so don't worry about that. You're going to stick your tongue out. You're going to tighten every muscle in the face, and you're going to growl. So inhale, and as you exhale, stick the tongue out and let it go. And then release. Puff out your cheeks. Good. Open the jaw wide. Move it side to side. And then flutter your lips. Now just notice, excuse me, notice what that feels like. Actually feels pretty good. So come over onto all fours. I like lion face. Finding your table. And we'll do our moving cat-cow. So as you inhale, lift the gaze, Straight ahead, exhale, bring the elbows toward the center, round the back, and bring the hips back toward the heels. Bring the elbows down, inhaling, coming back up, lifting the gaze, exhaling, head toward the mat, top of the head toward the mat, exhaling back. Elbows down, forward and up, inhaling. Good. Exhale, head drops, moving the hips back. And one more round, coming forward and up. And exhaling, rounding, moving back. And coming back up into our table. Yeah, take the gaze straight down toward the center of the mat and just waggle the hips. Take the hips to one side and then the other. And you can do this to wherever extent you want. It can be very gentle, or if you want to really press the hips out to the side, then you just do it your way. Yeah, I like the I like these side bends. They really loosen the spine up. Good. All right. So let's do some circles. We'll do some barrel rolls. So bring the body out to the right, and then bend the elbows down toward the mat. Bring the body across and up to the left, and then across the top, and bending the elbows, come down across to the left, lifting up, out to the right and down, and to the left and up, and then go the other way. Once you're at the top, taking the body to the left and down, across, coming back up, to the left and down, coming back up. One more circle, exhaling to the left and down, inhaling to the right and up. Yeah, all good. And bringing those, making sure those knees are underneath the hips and you feel solid with the fingers spread. Pressing the palms of the hands down into the mat. Just take a second to actually squeeze the mat with the fingertips. So really dig those fingertips and the ends of the thumbs into the mat. Just grip the mat. All right, good. So you can release that a little bit. Feel the fingertips still on the mat, the palms of the hands. Extend the right arm out to the side. Good. Take a breath. And on your inhale, let the right shoulder lift up and shine the heart out to the right. Good. All right. Let it feel good. And be nice to the neck here. You don't have to crane your head all the way up, straight up to the ceiling, but you're gazing in that general direction. Breathe, reaching. And as you exhale, bring that hand down, thread it under, bring the right side of the face down to the mat, the left elbow down, reaching the fingers through. And to make this work, do something with that right hand. I like to take it toward the top of the mat, pressing the left hand down into the floor and turning the gaze gently up toward the ceiling. One more breath. And bring the left hand under the shoulder. Press gently, lifting back up. And again, extending to the right and open. Maybe a little higher this time or a little more. Exhaling, bring the right hand down back into your table. You can come into your resting pose anytime you want, of course. And moving gently in table. Notice sensations, any sensations that you have in the body. And now extending the left hand out to the side, inhaling, open to the left. Good deal, all right. No strain here in the neck, just reaching, fingers spread. One more deep breath. And then exhale and bring the left hand down, slide it under, left side of the face to the mat. And moving the right hand wherever you want it to be. Release the hips here as you turn the gaze gently up toward the ceiling. And one more deep breath. Bringing the right hand under the shoulder, pressing, extending to the left and open. Maybe just a little more. And exhaling, go ahead and bring the left hand down into your table. We come into your resting pose if you choose, or stay right here in table. Just moving gently. All right, extend the right leg with the toes on the mat. Now release the right hip down toward the mat. Pressing back. And then lift the right foot hip height, extending the left arm. Come into awkward pose. Gaze is straight down, pressing back through the heel, reaching forward through the fingertips. Big, long, deep inhale. And then release the hand and the knee down. Take that breath in table. And extend the left leg with the toes down on the mat. A little tightness this morning for me in my left calf. So you discover all kinds of things when you do this stuff. And now lift that left foot, hip height, and awkward pose. Strong here for one more deep breath. And exhale that hand and the left knee down and moving gently in table. So open the knees a little wider, bring the hips back toward the heels. Bring the arms in, and we'll take a breath here in child's pose. And your child's pose is whatever you want it to be. Lifting the head, walk the hands up toward the top of the mat, shoulder width, fingers spread, feel the fingertips and the palms of the hands on the mat, and let the head release between the arms. So you're pressing down with the hands and the elbows are lifted, arms are active and strong. Everything else is released. And you just let that head go as close as it will go down to the mat. And now lifting the head, walk the hands off the mat to the right side, bring the left hand on top of the right, draw the left hip back, and release the head toward the right knee. And now bring the hands to center, to the left side, bring the right hand onto the left, and release toward the left knee. Bring the hands back to center. Excuse me. With the fingers spread wide, again, shoulder width. And as you inhale, lift the hips, coming up and forward into knee plank. Bring the shoulder blades onto the back. Gaze is off the end of the mat. And now exhale and take the hips back. Release the head. Inhaling, lifting, coming up and forward. Exhaling back. Inhaling up and forward. And exhale back. And for about 2 deep breaths, really let the head go down toward the mat. Good. Lift the head, hips, come up and forward. And now let the hips settle down toward the mat, lifting the gaze straight ahead or even a little bit up toward the ceiling. Elbows tight to the body. And exhale back. Good. All right. Coming back up into our table. Walk those knees back just a little bit. Get long through the spine here. So we're in our knee plank. And now as you exhale, bring the elbows in tight and slowly lower down, belly to the mat. Good. Chin is on the mat. And now you can bring the feet together so the big toes are touching. Toenails are pressing down into the mat. Feel the kneecaps lift up off the mat. And then as you inhale and your next inhale, lift the head in the upper chest to cobra. And breathe. And relax the buttocks, the gluteus maximus. One more breath. And good. Release the chin, or if you choose, you can release the forehead down to the mat. Take a breath. Just let it go. Release. And now bring the elbows under the shoulders. Come into a gentle, gentle sphinx. Let the heart release toward the mat. Elbows under shoulders. And the fingers are spread wide. And just gently take the gaze straight ahead and breathe. Bring the left hand across under the face. Come onto your left hip. Stay strong through this series in the left shoulder. Bend the right knee, the top knee. Reach back to the foot. You can grab a pant leg or whatever you've got down there. And then gently draw the heel toward the hip as you move the knee back over the bottom knee, the left knee. So you try to keep the knees stacked as you draw the hip or the heel toward the hip. Good, ease from that or release and bring the hand to the inside and use a strap, or you can grab a hold of the big toe with the index and middle fingers and take that right foot up to the ceiling. Still strong through the left shoulder. One more deep breath. Now release the toe and bring the right hand down. Press up strongly through the right heel, toes pointing to the top of the mat. And now slowly lower that right leg down. And then point the toes and lift it back up. Press out through the heel and lower. And point and lift. And exhaling, really pressing out through that heel. 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Good. Coming onto that left hip, legs are stacked. And now we're just going to lift the right leg, and we're doing it about 3 or 4 times. So as you inhale, lift with the toes pointing out. Lift that leg as high as you can, and then bring it down, stacking the feet, and with the toes still pointing out to the side, lifting, and bring it down. And one more time, lifting the right foot, right leg, and bring it down. Good. Coming back over onto your belly, let the elbows come out to the sides. Take the right side of the face to the mat and breathe. And now the left side of the face to the mat. Good. All right. So bring those elbows in under the shoulders, coming back into a gentle Sphinx. And if you want more sensation in Sphinx, you just draw the forearms back toward you, moving the heart toward the top of the mat. And now bring the right arm across under the face. Come over onto the right hip. Good. Bending the top knee, reach back to the left foot with the left hand and moving the knee back to stack it over the right knee. Gently draw the heel toward the hip. Do this your way, or rest if you want. One more breath. Good. Ease and release. Bring the left hand to the inside, finding the big toe on the left foot and lifting the left foot to the ceiling. Good. Release the toe. Bring the left hand down. Strong through the lifted leg. And now slowly lower the left leg down. Point the toes and lift it back. Flex the foot and lower. And point and lift. And flex and lower. 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Good. Stacking the legs with the left hand flat on the mat for stability. Now just lift the left leg, toes pointing out to the side, and then bring it down. As you inhale, lift the left leg and bring it down. And one more time, lifting the leg and exhaling down. Good. Come back over into Sphinx. Take a breath, and just for a little bit of core strength work here. Actually, what we've been doing is a lot of core strength. Just lift the hips off the mat. Keep the gaze down toward the mat. Keep the shoulder blades on the back without hunching. Breathe. Coming into forearm plank if you choose. 2 more deep breaths. And exhaling, go ahead and bring those hips back down. Elbows come out. Right side of the face to the mat. Let the heels just flop out to the sides. And the left side of the face. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Come up to table. And now curl the toes, lift the hips, downward dog. And pop straight up. And one heel toward the mat and then the other. And while you're pedaling those heels, you're working the heart back toward those knees, pressing with the hands. Gently move the head. And now step the feet toward the top of the mat. And check the outside edges of the feet parallel to the edges of the mat. Release the head down to forward fold, exhaling. And now press into the mat with the feet and gently round up. Bring the shoulders back, extending the arms out and up. Exhaling, mountain pose. Good. Let's do our spinal flow. From mountain pose, activating the legs, but the hips are turned or rolled under just slightly, lifting up through the heart. Arms are active. Inhale and bring the hands up. Exhale the right hand down, arc over to the right. Left shoulder back. Inhale the right hand up. Exhaling the left hand down, drawing the right shoulder back. Inhaling up. Arms parallel to the floor, palms turn up as you twist to the right. Inhaling up. And exhale that twist to the left, drawing those arms into the shoulders. And inhale up. Bring the hands down through the heart, hinge at the hips, long spine, coming down to forward fold, release. And then really bend the knees, bring the hands out in front, press into the mat to come up. Exhale the hands back. Inhaling up, gaze goes straight ahead, exhaling, mountain pose. There's a lot there. There's a lot going on in that spinal flow. Good. All right. So we're going to do a little bit of balance work here. So step the left foot a little forward or the right foot a little back, whichever. Hands come to the hips. Bring the weight into the left foot. Find your spot on the floor. And then just lift the right knee. Good. And with the right hand on that right knee, take that knee out to the right. Modified hand to toe. And bring the knee back to center and bring the right foot down. Good. All right. So a little bit of a step forward with the left foot or back with the right. Oh, other way. Anyway, we're going to be moving on to the right foot. So bring the weight over to onto the right foot. Find your spot and lift the left knee. And with the left hand, take the left knee out to the left. Toes pointing left. Bring the knee back to center and the left foot down to the mat. Beautiful. All right. So from our mountain pose, inhale the hands up. Take the arms wide, hinge into forward fold. And just hang out here in forward fold. Knees are bent, top of the head is released, and you're pedaling the heels. Walk the hands forward, come up onto your toes. Press the hips up toward the ceiling. A lot of sensation in the backs of the legs when you do this one. And now bring the heels down and the hands come back toward the feet as you lift the front of the feet, keeping a bend in those knees. Bring the feet down, walk the hands forward up onto the toes. Press the hips up. And now bring the heels down, lifting the front of the feet. And coming back into your forward fold, weight is slightly forward on the front of the feet. Good, relax here, release. The belly is always on the thighs. Inhale and come to half lift, pressing those legs straight. the belly down toward the toes, top of the head straight away out in front. Now exhale, bring the hands down to the mat, step both feet back into plank. Good. And bring the knees down into table. All good. Take that breath here in table. Now bring the right foot toward the top of the mat. And you can move the left knee back however far you need to do it in order to be able to get that nice sensation in the hips. The heel of the right foot should be ahead of the knee or under the knee. I like to put it a little bit ahead of the knee. And if your hips are not lower than your shoulders, blocks or a book or whatever, a couple books will really help here. So yeah, you want to try to get those hips down low, keeping the shoulder blades on the back. And you can actually take the gaze straight ahead and breathe. And maybe that right knee moves a little bit closer toward the top of the mat. Okay. So bring the right knee back beside the left. Take a breath in table. And bring the left foot to the top of the mat. I like to keep it just a little bit ahead of the left knee. The reason I do that is because as I settle, my knee is going to move closer to being directly over my heel. And now lifting the gaze, coming up on my spider fingers, and gently moving my left knee toward the top of the mat. It is great for the psoas muscle, keeps our hips from getting tight and as we age. And now release the left hip back beside the right. Oh, good. So let's come into our knee plank, walking the knees back a little bit into knee plank, and now exhale and come down onto our bellies. Good. One more time into cobra. And then coming back up into table, go ahead and bring the feet around to the front. So let's go ahead and come down onto our backs with the hands behind the knees, gently roll down to your back. And instead of Navasana or boat today, we're going to do something a little bit different. So extend your right leg and then lift the left foot off the mat with the knee bent. Bring your arms up into cactus arms. And now lift the right foot off the floor, take the right elbow to the left knee. Good, breathe. Now straighten the left leg, bring the right knee in, Take the left elbow to the right knee. Breathe. One more time to each side. Straighten the right leg, bring the left knee in, right elbow to knee. And straighten the left leg, bring the right knee in, left elbow to knee. Good. Bring that left leg down, bring the right foot down, release down, and just let it go. All right, so going to do some moving bridges. Bring the feet all the way into the hips. Hands down by your side, palms down. And the knees pointed straight up to the ceiling. And as you inhale, press with the feet, gently lifting the hips, bring the arms up and over behind you. Fingers spread and reaching. Exhaling, bring the hips down, arms up and over. Inhaling, lifting the hips. Exhaling, release down. And one more time, pressing with the feet, hips lift, and we're going to breathe here for 3 or 4 deep, deep breaths. And on each inhale, press a little firmer into the mat with the feet on the inhale. And then ease a little bit on the exhale. Inhaling, pressing with the feet. And exhale, release a little bit. One last time. Inhaling, pressing with the feet. And exhaling the hips all the way down. Bring the hands up and over. Good. Reclining cobbler. Bring the soles of the feet together. The knees are wide. Turn the palms up. Good. Bring the knees back up. If you have a block handy, I didn't silence the phone. No, no. Okay, where were we? Down on our backs. We had just come out of reclining cobbler. And where was I going? I was going to, yeah. Well, shoot, I forget where I was going, man. I had it all figured out. Okay. Yeah, I got it. Find a block, I said. There we go. All right. So press into the mat with the feet and go ahead and lift the hips and put the block under, or a book, under your hips for supported bridge. Turn the palms up. And the block can be flat on the mat. It can be on the short edge or the long edge, depending on how high you want to go here. Ah, yes. And just breathe in the supported bridge. And if you choose, you can lift the feet off the mat as long as you feel stable with your sacrum on the block, and then lift the feet up to the ceiling. And be sure the block's not on the lower spine. It should not be uncomfortable at all here. Now release, pressing. Well, the legs are strong, but you're not really straining here. You're just enjoying this inversion. Just enjoy it. Two more deep breaths. Bend the knees, bring the feet down. And then press with the feet and remove the block. Good. Bring the feet again all the way into the hips, or they're still there, and let the knees fall over to the right. Turn your gaze to the left. And the knees to the ceiling. Let the knees go left. Turn the gaze to the right. Just release. And knees back to the ceiling. Good. All right. Bring both knees into the chest, and you can rock side to side, draw circles. One hand on each knee. Just open the knees a little wide, finding that sensation. And bring the knees back to the ceiling, releasing the feet down to the mat. Extending the legs long, bring the arms behind, one full body stretch. So inhaling deeply, pressing through the heels, and now reach, really reach back through the fingers. And a big long exhale, sighing it out as you move into Savasana. Finding a very, very comfortable posture, lying down, sitting down on your side. Yeah. Fetal position, whatever works best for you. Just notice. Sensations in the body from the toes to the fingertips. And you can move gently to find more relaxation. Just breathe. And release. Good. Gently move. Let the breath deepen. Stretch if you'd like. And when you're ready, you can come to one side and come back up. Coming back to my chair. Thank you for practicing. Namaste. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you next week.